Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Deep True Crime. I'm Manny Rodriguez. In today's episode, we're sharing the missing persons case of Kiely Rodni. 16-year-old young girl vanishes after attending a high school end of the year party. Kiely is described as 5'7" with blonde hair, hazel eyes, and weighing 118 pounds. She left the party at the Prosser Campground area in Truckee, California around 12:30 a.m. August 6, 2022. She never made it home. Law enforcement are still working to establish whether Rodni left alone or with other individuals, but she was last seen driving her 2013 silver Honda CRV, license plate number 8YUR127. A $50,000 reward for any information that leads to her being found. Call anonymous tip line 530-581-6320. They have set up a website for her, www.findkiely.com. And Kiely is spelled Kiely. And here's what we know so far. This 16-year-old California girl is missing after she was last seen that weekend at a party near Tahoe National Forest. And the last time Kiely Rodni was seen was about 12:30 in the morning on Saturday, and this is according to investigators from the Placer County Sheriff's Office, who has been handling the Kiely disappearance as a possible abduction. But because they cannot confirm it's an abduction, it's one of the reasons why their Amber Alert has been denied, because they cannot prove she has been abducted. Kiely was at a party with more than 100 juveniles and young adults in attendance. And this party was an end of school year type party. Rodni attended this large party that night, and her phone has been out of signal since she went missing. The teenager was last seen wearing Dickies pants, a black tank top, and has numerous piercings, including a nose ring. She stands 5'7", weighs 115 pounds, has blonde hair and hazel eyes. And according to authorities, her vehicle, a silver 2013 Honda CRV, with license plate AYUR127, has also been reported missing. Her mom, Lindsey Rodni-Nieman, she issued a desperate plea for the public's help the Sunday after she went missing, saying that her family just wants her home.
We just want her home. We're so scared and we miss her so much and we love her so much. And Kiely, we love you. And if you see this, please just come home. I want nothing more than to hug you. And if anybody else out there, if you know where she is, if you know anything about where she might be, if you have any ideas or thoughts, please.
Her mom even says, "We're not looking to bust anybody else or get anybody in trouble. We just want to see our daughter home." And her mother continues, "We're not looking to bust anybody else or get anybody in trouble. We just want to see our daughter home." And authorities, they scoured the immediate Prosser Campground and surrounding area by land and air throughout the day on August 6th, but came up empty with no sign of Rodni or her vehicle. By Sunday afternoon, her disappearance was being investigated as an abduction due to the fact that her car had not been located and her phone has not been turned on since she disappeared. It has been confirmed that the FBI is now involved in the investigation and that aerial search efforts using helicopters are continuing. California Highway Patrol and Truckee police are also assisting. And you can see on the map a little here where the Prosser Family Ground is, the distance from the approximate location of the party. And so you can see the area that they are continuing to search as well. One close friend, she seems to be doing everything she can to assist and even lead the volunteers in trying to find her. And she said that driving through back roads, streets, anywhere where you can drive or you think a car could go, That's where we need to check in bushes on the sides of roads. She even said there was a case a while ago. People aren't found for 3 weeks and they were found dead because they had flipped off the highway because they were in bushes and nobody saw them. Please be looking everywhere that you can for her car. Now, this friend, Samantha Smith, who is 18 years old, she says that she was the last person to speak with Kiely after midnight on Saturday. And so she says that she's the last person to speak with 16-year-old Kiely after midnight on Saturday. She says at 12:36 a.m. she called me, and this is the last call anybody had with her. We said, love you, good night, get home safe, and that's the last thing we heard of her. My first question is, how does she know this is the last time anybody had any contact with her? That's my first question to her. Samantha said that she arrived at the bonfire party around 9 p.m. on Friday, and Kiely got there about an hour later. She says, we have been close friends since before, so we ended up meeting up with each other, sort of screaming to each other, hi. For the rest of the party, we pretty much stuck to each other. But as the gathering grew bigger, the teenagers went separate ways while continuing to see each other sporadically throughout the party. Samantha says, I knew it was a big party, but it was supposed to be just the community. The party started to grow past the number of people that were supposed to be there. She says that there were college kids and people from the Bay Area coming, and I got a bad feeling about it, but didn't really think much of it. My second question is, she starts getting a negative feeling about this party, and she seems to brush it off. These are her words, so I'm just going off of what it seems to be. And maybe I'm reading too deep into them. And I feel like we have to read deep into these things. Now, I don't think Samantha has anything to do with any of this, but I don't know how much attention she's trying to get for herself, or rightfully so, for the alleged victim involved. And Samantha, she said that around 11 p.m., they went to Kiely's car to charge their phones and arranged for Kiely to give her a ride home. However, she changed her mind later when she saw that Kiely was clearly intoxicated. And she says, right now, we believe that it is an abduction case. She was in no state to drive and she wouldn't have made it far or would have crashed. The teenagers said goodbye to each other around 12:25 a.m., but Kiely called Samantha while she was riding home with a friend. That was the last known call Kiely made. Samantha claimed. Now, Kiely, she was supposed to meet friends on Saturday morning, August 6th, to go on a hike, but she did not show up. Now, police have since launched search efforts on the ground and in the air in hopes of locating the teenager. She is described by her friend as someone who enjoys singing and meeting new people. Her friend said she is a great singer and she loves to go out to do things that are adventurous. She loves going on road trips, Samantha said. And Samantha said that we are trying to put out more flyers and send people in little groups up and around the neighborhoods to see if they can spot her car or parts of her car. If you go to findkiely.com, you can see her site. They do have a $50,000 reward. If you go to the site findkiely.com, you can get all the updated information. You can get the anonymous tip line, contact Placer County Sheriff, the info that can be mailed, the info that can be emailed, and you can see a $50,000 reward is offered for information that leads to her being found. They also have a GoFundMe that you can find through that page to help increase the reward to bring her home. You know, and friends, they described the campsite party where missing Truckee teen Kiely Rodni was last seen. And you can see here Sammy Smith, who we just talked about on the left, and her another friend Magdalene Larson, who are friends of Kiely Rodni. They're asking anyone who attended the party at the Prosser Campground the night of August 5th to send any photos and videos and to share any information on drugs that may have been at the party with police. And they described Kiely as the girl who would text and Snapchat. She wouldn't go without checking in or run away. Kiely graduated in June from Forest Charter School, which is a public school in Truckee of about 700 students. She was an honors student. She graduated early after skipping a grade and plans to study music in the fall at Sierra College. And friends say Kiely was in good spirits and having fun that night at the Prosser Family Campground, which is 35 miles west of Reno. Now, this party was supposed to be a goodbye send-off of a few dozen kids under the pine trees, turned into a party of 200 to 300 teenagers. Her friends say kids from Reno high schools and the University of Nevada, Reno started showing up. And Magdalene, the friend on the right, she left the party early. After less than 30 minutes, she and Kiely had planned to leave for a camping trip the next morning. Magdalene says, I just want her back. And Sammy, as I mentioned earlier, she caught a ride home with another friend around midnight. And Sammy says, it was just people everywhere. She said that Kiely called her. Hey, where are you? Kiely asked. And Sammy told her, I got a ride. Don't worry. I love you. And Sammy, she said that Kiely's car, which is also missing, was parked less than 100 yards from where she and other teens had gathered at Prosser. She says someone had to see her get in her car. She can't have just disappeared. Now, the federally run Prosser Family Campground is on the west shore of Prosser Lake Reservoir, near other popular camping sites in the Tahoe National Forest. And the family, they're pleading with her captor to let her go because they really believe she's been abducted. They believe she might be held hostage. She had driven herself to the party, and she last texted her mother, Lindsey, at 11:30 p.m. to tell her she would be driving herself home. That's 11:30 p.m. And I wondered, like, Sammy, she didn't want to get a ride from her because she was too drunk. And when her BFF calls her later to see where you're at, she already gets a ride with someone else. But she was too drunk. You already knew she was too drunk. Like, I don't understand that. You're supposed to look out for one another. This is what I get scared of because it's so easy to drop your guard. 16 years old, 115, 118 pounds. It probably doesn't take much alcohol to get drunk. I feel like Sammy should have looked out for her a little more there. I'm not blaming Sammy by any means, but it's like you left her alone drunk to find her own way home. You're probably going to be feeling that one for a little while as her best friend. My friends, this is why I do this channel. This is exactly why I do this channel. To help us be a little more aware, a little more conscious of what could go wrong out there, what goes on around us, so that we can be a little more prepared, a little more alert, a little more caution in our lives for the loved ones in our life as well. It's exactly why I do this channel. And then the question comes up, why wasn't an Amber Alert released? They say that we need evidence that Kiely was abducted, and we don't have that. They said that they're treating her case as an abduction because her car has not been found. And so they need more evidence that she was abducted before they can put an Amber Alert out there. And I can tell you, doing my research, Placer County Sheriff's Office, they truly do look like they're doing everything they can to find this missing teenager. She's only 16 years old. And they all know that she was definitely drunk, as far as her best friend and others have shared. And so, my friends, if you know anything about this missing young girl, please report it. Share this video, share someone's video, share the articles. Let's get this out deeper. Someone knows. And if you are a true crime story follower, this doesn't sound new to you. And automatically, you're probably thinking about something that down the road, this looks like more will come out. Because you don't just disappear. And being young, it could be a decade. It could be 2 decades. Something's going to come about. Something's going to come about. Someone knows something. If you know something, please share. Please share. They have an anonymous tip line that you can provide an anonymous tip. My friends, I'm Manny Rodriguez. If that's the type of content you like to follow, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I look forward to serving you again. Have a great day, my friend, and stay safe out there. Peace.